Welcome to Room 6, the channel dedicated to the local Las Vegas music scene and the people that make it, including me. I'm Josh, and today, doing something a little different. I'm coming to you from the desk in Room 6, obviously, and I wanted to talk about the business side of music, which not a lot of people want to talk about. It's not fun, it's not glamorous, and it's not why we started learning how to play music. We started writing our own music or going to shows or any of that. But there's a business side to it, and it's really important that you pay attention to it if you want to be doing music as your only thing. If you want to be making music 10 years from now, making a living at it, you got to pay attention to this. Now, a couple caveats. Number one, if you don't need to make money playing music and you just want to do it for the love and play whatever shows you want to play, more power to you. But I personally don't make money playing music. It's never been the driving force behind what I do, including why I do Room 6. I one day hope to be monetized or get sponsors or have Patreons or patrons on my Patreon page or something, but it's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to promote the local Las Vegas music scene. And, people seem to be enjoying it, so that's a bonus. But I do have experience paying the bills. And I do have experience running a band and running a business. So I hope what I'm going to tell you is going to help. So without further ado, here are 10 tips to hopefully make money making music. Number 10 on my list goes without saying, but it's something that a shockingly large amount of local musicians just don't think about. Sell your music. Sell your music. You should always have some music available to sell. You should always be ready to sell. And if anybody asks, what does your band sound like? What do you do? What's the name of your band? Boom. Well, it's funny you ask. Here you go. Number 9 goes hand in hand with selling your music. Sell your merchandise. The music is only part of the equation. The music will touch people's hearts, but the merchandise will remind them of the show that they went to see you at, or of that music video that you made that really captured what the song was about. So sell your music, sell your merch. Even if you don't have merch with you, have an online site. It's really important. Another obvious solution, and this one you're pretty much already doing, play live shows, play some gigs. But don't just play any gig. Don't play for exposure or in a battle of the bands where the venue gets free entertainment, unless you've got a paying gig the next night or 2 nights from that you can drive people to, and put all your effort into that show and all the schmoozing that you need to do in between your sets and before and after to really build that relationship with the fans, because that's what's going to reap dividends for you, is building relationships. Number 7, again, seems obvious. Make sure you have a website, an online store. Even if you don't have an online store, have a website with information on where they can see you and where they can get more merch and where they can get your music. In this day and age, there's no excuse to not have your music available for streaming at the very least. Now, aside from being online and maybe having your own YouTube channel, just saying, number 6 is not something you might think of right off the bat, but if you are a competent musician you feel comfortable with your particular instrument, why not teach other people to do the same thing? You might get them to come to shows, but more importantly, they're going to remember you and tell their friends, hey, so-and-so is in such and such band, and they're the reason why I'm sounding better. And, oh, by the way, they're paying you money for the lessons. Number 5 kind of ties in again with being competent with your instrument and feeling really comfortable with teaching other people to do it. What about session work? Just because it's not your album doesn't mean somebody else doesn't want your talent on it. I've had more than one person add their talent to one of my CDs, and it was amazing. The difference, just having that one extra person, it elevates you. And if you can be that driving force to make their music sound better, they're going to pay you, and they're also going to tell their friends, and who knows? It could become a really lucrative side gig. Number 4 on the list is something that is not talked about a whole lot on the local scene, but licensing or publishing your music for things like TV shows and films. That little bit of music you hear during a tense moment on a crime drama, somebody wrote that, and it wasn't somebody that's part of the show. Get yourself a publisher or a licensing deal and keep writing music. Even if it's not music you plan to ever play live or put on a CD, that is a whole other direction you can take your music in that could end up being really, really nice money, because every time it's played, every time it's aired, guess what? You get royalties. So kind of a no-brainer if you have the time and the drive to do that. Now, as your band has been, or just you yourself have been performing music for a while, and the years go by, and you've steadily built up that fan base, and they're coming to your shows and they're buying your merch, and every time you announce some new show or new T-shirt design, it's happening and people are buying it. Now is the time to really think about, hey, how can I give them something that is that they've invested in, that's not just a piece of merch? How about crowdfunding a tour or crowdfunding a concert? Again, in this day and age, there's multiple ways to do that in. And if they feel like, hey, I'm willing to invest $5 or $1.99 a month or whatever your particular needs are, then they're going to be fully invested when the time comes to actually come to your show, buy more merch, etc. And maybe it costs you a free CD or something. So, highly recommend crowdfunding. Now, this list is by no means in any particular order, but number 2 on the list is kind of tied in with being a session musician. What about being a ghostwriter, writing songs for other people? That honestly is a really, really nice side gig, because even though you don't get the credit, or maybe you get a little credit on the liner notes, you get money. And you don't have to actually maybe even finish the whole song, or at least perform it live. So, something to think about. And the number 1 tip from Room 6 on how to make money from making music, hopefully for a while, is to not stop playing. Keep playing, keep writing, keep recording, and keep promoting. And it will happen. It takes time. It takes time. There are some other, lists out there that say, like, sell your used band equipment or enter songwriting contests, or, various things. But these are the 10 that I feel are kind of the starting point, the blueprint for getting the ball rolling. So if you think you have other great ideas, I would love to see them in the comments. Please, please, please like, share, and subscribe. Remember to be amazing. And if you like to support the content that you like, please consider clicking one of the links in my description. Also, I have CDs for sale. There's a link down there for that. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. Let me know if you like this new sitting at my desk vibe. And remember to be amazing. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time in room 6.